And good evening, welcome back to Streamline Racing Series. We are here for another attempt at Tier 2. We are here at the Hungaroring where it made its Grand Prix debut in 1985 or 6. Yeah. 14 drivers in Tier 2 today, and I'm delighted to say that my co-commentator for today is Gogglesaw390.
Good evening.
You
good
begged
evening.
me, and begged me. You're here.
I didn't beg you. I wanted to be Ted Kravitz,
You
but
did.
they wouldn't let me. Yeah, anyway. I'm here to provide expert opinions from the point of the drivers. I'm very experienced.
As always. My fork fell on the floor, guys.
Welcome to the
as you can
mukbang.
tell, this is going to be a high-quality stream. Anyway, let's talk a bit about the Hungaroring.
It's fine, nobody watches these.
As we dive into the session a little bit. 4.381 kilometre long circuit. And indeed, it did make its Grand Prix debut in 1986. It's been relatively unchanged since then. It's a classic track, narrow, a bit like Monaco without the barriers, particularly in the middle sector. Got a lot of runoff, but not too much space where you can overtake. But 14 drivers, like I said, on this Tier 2 grid today. A few late pullouts.
That goes every week, though. We can't change that, sadly.
No, exactly, yeah. But yeah, obviously after round, in inverted commas, round 1 last week, that has now been rescheduled. That will fill in as the 9th round of the season, which is in the weekend of the Brazilian Grand Prix. The schedule allows us to run a Tier 2 race that weekend, but not a Tier 1 race, so it's just the perfect opportunity to bring it all back together. So have a look at this order then. Communist 6/10 on provision. Oh my goodness, what am I witnessing? SDK Max has gone through a hill, ladies and gentlemen.
What? Okay, there's yellow flags all around the circuit.
I cannot believe what I've just witnessed.
I did not witness it, but I swapped to him and he was gone. But yeah, that's peculiar. I believe he's back in the garage now, or might be leaving it again. Yep, he's coming back down the pit lane. Cheers, Codemasters.
Probably turn the volume off for Twitch. There we go. Reese Cracker, sorry, has spun at the exit of the final corner, turn 14. Very similar left-hander and then right-hander, which brings you all the way back up the hill to the start-finish line. 10th place at the moment for the McLaren driver, but it's Y-Boy Jake that goes on to provisional pole. Fastest time of the day, 1 minute 15.462, just ahead of Communist MB, who did his on the mediums, as did Frutico Salam and Haas Boomer. So we've got a nice mix here. Zig Starburst had a qualifying ban. Curtis Faded has retired. GSR Riles, that's definitely not a representative lap from him. He comes around the final corner now, a second up as of the first 2 sectors. He hits the timing beam now and goes to the top with a 1 minute 14.9.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying about the mediums, I believe it is the favoured race tyre, as it is in most scenarios. So, a lot of drivers just testing the waters, trying to get used to the mediums. It's most likely going to be the tyre we see during the race, but obviously if you want to get that quick lap. And Y-Boy Jake is around, he might be out, I've just witnessed that. I was on board with him,
Ooh.
And he's into the wall. He's still going though. It's incredible how
That's at the exit of 11.
someone can have a massive impact like that and completely survive, yet sometimes small impacts can take the cars out. But again, Codemasters.
Yeah, you can relate to that from last week. Indeed,
Still
Codemasters.
hurts.
And obviously we're here commentating today. The events of the past week, particularly in PSGL, that's, you know, PSGL has hit peak viewership of 5,000 sometimes. Absolutely incredible. And the sort of stuff that gets presented to the audience within the F1 game, it's just embarrassing. The people that still defend it, you know, unbelievable really. But we're not going to dwell on that too much, because we have got further than what we did last week in Tier 2. If you weren't with us then, there were 2 lobby crashes during qualifying.
I want to correct you on that.
What happened?
It was 4 minutes 34, the exact time of the first lobby crash. So.
Oh, shut up. Well, I mean, we might get a bit further. We'll see. We've got about 2.5 minutes until we find out if we might actually get a race today. Scotty Jets on an outlap, out on the medium tyres. His best was on the softs, but maybe he just backed out from that lap just to give himself a banker for the medium tyres to compare pace. CJ Pants through turn 5 now. To continue to climb to the chicane of 6 and 7. Using all of the curb. Any grass will slow you down there. I think he's on an in lap now. Simon 37M pushing and to the top of the timesheets. He's in the first sector. How has that only just come up? 1 minute 14.796. Seems like we've got a glitchy lobby today.
Nothing
Very,
new.
very strange circumstance. Yeah, I mean, what do we expect, really? CJ Pants, oof, almost missed the pit lane.
I believe I just witnessed a car backwards. It was an Alfa Tauri. PFL Solberg it must be. He's back underway now on an outlap as he flies off one side. I believe that's to allow Reese Cracker through, yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I have to deal with.
I should mention that before this stream started, to anyone that may not be aware, yeah, I ordered food, came at a convenient time, and yeah, mukbang. I'm only joking. PFL Solberg now in the pit lane. Y-Boy Lewis slowing down there on his final lap. Scotty Jets on his medium lap is about 2/10 down, now 6 seconds down. Haas Boomer starting flying lap as well. None of the top 4 out there. Fruta Salar missed last week after breaking his nose during rugby. So it's great to see him back. Obviously there were no points awarded last week, so he's lost no ground in the championship, which I'm sure he'll be competing for. Yeah, do let me know if the stream is what it's like. F1 driver saying there might be a little bit of lag, but on my screen it's all good. Watching through Twitch on my phone at the same time to read the chat as well. Haas Boomer then in the middle sector, coming through turn 9, now turn 10, the left-hand kick, which brings you to turn 11, and he's just kept it within the limits there. Nicely done.
Communist.
Now 12, it's all fairly neat.
Communist is up, I believe. He's on a soft lap now. Last week, before the original game crash, he was the quickest person in the lobby. So, expect this lap to be a lot better than what he's managed so far.
Haas Boomer to P2. An impressive lap from the Ferrari reserve driver for today. And Riles does another great lap time. Expect nothing different from him. 1 minute 14.620. Riles fan club in the building. Provisional pole for your driver there. Mighty Ant 7. There we go. Got your name there.
Communist goes top.
And Communist MV.
I did notice
1
an
minute 14.4.
irregularity within that lap though. He went wide throughout the exit of turn 11. I have clipped it. I don't like being a snitch, but I caught him in 4K. Literally. But yes. Much quicker than everyone else. By the standards of the top, but I'd fully expect those just below him to come back and have another bite.
Such as SDK Max on an outlap. White boy Jake preparing at the penultimate corner now. How about you take us through a lap of the Hungaroring, Gogglesaw?
Alright, Wybo Jake coming around the final corner, turn 14 now, very wide on exit as he opens the DRS. Gotta make sure your fuel and your, well, not your fuel anymore, but make sure your ERS is fully done. Brakes about right, hits the apex mid-turn. DRS as you get on the power, you got to be careful not to spin. Keep right now for the left turn of turn 2, or turn 3, whatever you want to call it. Nice and tight, wide on exit, just misses the curb. And towards the timing line for sector 1. Almost flat, little lift, little dab of the brakes. Try not to invalidate on the curb on the right now. This is a death curb. He's not as tight as he'd like to be, but safer rather than sorry. Up to the chicane now. 1 curb, 2 curb. And fully on the throttle for the exit. Now it's the long twisty S section throughout sector 2. Manages the first one fine. And the second. Little bit of a lift. Ooh, big snap of oversteer through the exit as he comes down now into turn 12. Back on the power again, now for the 2 half bowl corners. Back on the power again into the final corner. Keeping it nice and tight. DRS activation towards the line as he teleports on my screen for some reason and improved by 0.3. 1:15.0.
Not enough though to reach the top 5. Might be him done for the session, although it does look like he's pushing again. PFL Solberg close to 0.2 up as of the first sector. Just needed to hope that this middle sector is even better as he comes through turn 11 now. Is that a little bit wide? I think he might have got away with it. Still about 1/10 up though. Lost time. No, that definitely is not Atlantis J20 on in the commentary box. I don't know who you're hearing. But around the final corner comes PFL Solberg in the Alfa Tauri. What's the lap time going to be? It's not good enough for pole, and he does not improve. Haas Boomer on a flying line. SDK Max is in the wall. On the exit of 1. White Boy Jake out now of the session as well. Communist MV, that's a checkered flag for him. He's obviously not out to improve his lap. GSR Royals made the line and is en route now around the Hungaroring. Behind teammate Simon 37. Just up there. Don't think he'll get affected by particularly any dirty air. 0.5 down in sector 1. GSR Royals now up through turn 5. Don't hit that inside curb. He hasn't. Left a lot of room there on the exit as well. Now hits the chicane fairly nicely. It's very close at the top. About 4/100ths of a second separate Communist MV.
Keep an eye on Haas
SDK
Boomer.
Max.
He's just gone
Haas
purple
Boomer.
through sector 2.
And he's right in the running for this as well. 0.4 off provisional pole at the moment. He rounds the final corner. Is this going to be enough to at least put him on the front row? That was a little wide on exit, and it's P3. But GSR Royals, he lost time in the middle sector. Can he reclaim that spot back there? He just lost for a Haas Boomer. GSR Royals, oh, it's so close. He did improve, but look at that for a top 4. Really close.
Yeah, I think he had a bit of help off his teammate Simon running just in front of him. Gave him a little bit of tow, especially when you've got the DRS straight that comes up so quickly on the exit of turn 14. But very good lap from Communist and good lap from all of the top 4, keeping it very close. Very close. Bit of a gap to PFL Solberg, but I'm sure him and Y-Boy Jake can have a very good scrap as their times were very close indeed.
Anyway, excuse me, I should not talk with items of food. Okay, finished now. Communist MV, pole position then for Williams ahead of SDK Max and Haas Boomer, as you can see there. An American row 2. He's joined by GSR Riles, PFL Solberg, Y-Boy Jake, Simon 37M, Frutico Salam, CJ Pants, and Reese Cracker rounds off the top 10, who will, of course, if it's dry, I don't know, I haven't looked, it is dry, there we go. will start on their qualifying tyre that they set their best lap time on. The 4 outside of that have a massive strategical advantage, and of course it's a little bit of a depleted grid, which means it's more of an advantage than it would otherwise be. Counting down the seconds then. Just 10 seconds to go until we finally have a formation lap here in SRS Tier 2 for Season 5.
Finally a race.
Yeah, finally a race.
The drivers have had to
Tier
wait
2.
an extra week. But now they get their chance.
They also have clarity over when that Austria race will be.
There's a Ferrari
replayed.
still on the grid.
Is that...
That's Haas Boomer.
Yes.
Oh,
it's just got away really
moved
slowly.
now.
Here's the strategy then. Fruity on the medium tyres. This is quite ideal for him, as he'll be able to go longer into the race. P8 for the Aston Martin driver, his teammate on the front row. Medium tyres, of course, for Scotty Jets. Boy Lewis, Curtis Faden, and Zig Starburst. We qualified outside the top 10. Curtis Faden and Zig Starburst not setting a lap time at all in that session. We'll get the first real taste of the track on this formation lap. Here's the pole sitter then, Communist MV in the Williams coming through turn 10. She'll be feeling a lot of pressure. Seems to be the quickest in this tier, and that's not just evidence from this week, evidence from last week's qualifying as well, before it all went into a shambles. Mercedes powered front row. Ferrari and Honda on the second row and disappeared. Oh dear. Well, we're going to have to deal with that after the start. That's how 2 commentators who've had their Wi-Fi let go. We'll take this one solo then, shall we, for the start, officially, of the SRS Tier 2 season. Green flag at the back, the lights are coming on now. Communist MV on pole. And it's lights out, and away we go with a good getaway for Communist MV. SDK Max tucking into the slipstream there. It's all clean for now, but it will all kick off into turn 1. Riles goes in deep. He hits the back of the Aston Martin thing, and around goes Communist MV. The pole sitter is off, as is Frutico Salam. Absolute drama at the first corner. Can you believe it? A huge recovery work. A huge recovery job now for Communist MV. Zig Starburst and Boy Lewis side by side into 3. Zig Starburst making his mind up on which way to go there. CJ Patterson, PFL Solberg trading positions there, as well as SDK Max in the lead of this race. One Aston Martin went around, the other one now leads.
What a start from Simon 37M in the Red Bull. He's up 5 positions off the start.
Are you actually in the game? Because I just invited you back.
Yeah, I'm in the game. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's
folks.
good. It's alright.
But
to apologise, it happens. Oh, and around goes Haas Boomer on the first lap. I don't think he's damaged anything. Oh, actually, on the left-hand side, he has 2 or 3 spinners then on this opening lap.
bear in mind,
cannot afford to do that.
Bear in mind, floor damage and rear wing damage is in play as well here. But he looks to be fine. Probably just a broken wing. And Simon sets the fastest lap on the first lap, which
Here
doesn't
comes
make
Riles
sense.
down the inside of his teammate. And Riles has that one done easily. And now he's the one chasing after race leader Max, who might just have... We have several timing glitches here. I'm pretty sure this happened in PSGL. I'm not sure. It might be fixing itself as we speak. It's like a there we go. Max now has been awarded the fastest lap. It still says he's a minute and 20 seconds in front of everyone. That's obviously not correct. You can see it on your screen. We've got another spinner. Y-Boy Jake at turn 5. He's obviously hit that inside curb or made contact with another driver and gone around. Y-Boy Lewis has been around.
Yeah, not
Y-Boy Jake
not a good start for
Boomer.
Not a good start for Y-Boy Alfa Romeo.
Oh, another one. Can you believe it? Turn 9. Reese Cracker. A lot of front wing on the track.
Oh, he's gone again.
He's gone around again. Are we just going to be commentating 35 laps of spinning or what? Yellow flag in sector 3, and that is for a Zig Starburst DNF.
Virtual safety car.
That's at the final corner. That's a big impact, and a virtual safety car is deployed.
All drivers now got to maintain their delta. Hard to become a winner and loser in this situation, but based off how this race has gone so far, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of drive-through penalties. Oh, timing glitch is back.
Yeah. It's getting really annoying. Somehow still not fixed.
Can assure you Max is definitely not last.
Yeah, as we see here. It's really backing up the pack. I mean, it's only a virtual safety car, but look at the train he's causing. Simon, then Solberg. Maybe CJ Pants will fancy gaining a few tenths from this. Thanks for everyone that's joined us so far. For this tier 2, can you believe it? Simon 37M has spun under the yellow flag conditions, and a costly mistake, and that is not the last time I'm going to be saying that.
Maybe he just wasn't expecting the restart. If he's got slightly cold tyres, he could have just got too greedy, tried to capitalise on the cars ahead, and obviously it's not worked out for him. But only P6, so not that disastrous.
It could be worse, but he's obviously rock bottom of this 6-car main train, and Riles, look at him now, putting SDK Max under pressure. He's looking to go around the outside of turn 2. Will the Aston Martin leaving the room? He defends excellently there, you have to say. And a 3-second time penalty for Max there for multiple warnings. See, it still says he's what, a lap down, or I don't even know what's going on. CJ Pants, 4th place, PFL Solberg, catching up to this battle for the lead. Fruticos Alarm had pit. He's now gone onto the hard tyres. He's just behind Haas Boomer. Y-Boy Jake just ahead of Curtis Faded. And I think finally, for the first time in this race, the timings actually work. So hopefully that's the last of the issues.
You've cursed it now.
In before the game crashes again.
We've made it further than last week.
Yes.
And to be fair, we've completed 2 racing laps, so we can do half points classification.
Oh dear. That weekend, that entire 4 hours of that Belgian Grand Prix still haunts me to this day. I can't believe.
Yeah, we definitely
sat there and waited for nothing. GSR Riles hits the back of SDK Max. Does get off lightly though. That could have easily spun the Aston Martin around.
Max seems to gain a lot of time through this fast turn 4-5 section. English. But Riles seems to just gain it all back throughout the rear end of the circuit. Going to be very close throughout the entire race, I'm sure.
I would try and tell you what the gap is between the two of them, but
we don't have a clue.
Yeah, we don't have a clue. Certainly in DRS range, the DRS has been enabled since lap 3. Of course, the virtual safety car doesn't kind of suspend the DRS for 3 laps afterwards, so It's always a good thing. I hear an ooh from the crowd. I think there's a battle going on still between Haas Boomer and Frutico's Alarm as they go through turn 6 and 7. Scotty Jets is close behind Simon 37M as well. He's on the medium tyres, Scotty Jets, so that'll be encouraging for him that he seems to have found some pace. And here comes Scotty Jets, actually, around the outside of Simon. Not to get it done on this occasion, but he has the DRS now and will look to get it done into turn 2. Oh, he had a little look down the inside. The room wasn't there, though. And through turn 3, he's got a nice run. Here comes the Alpine. Again, this is not an overtaking zone. It was not close enough anyway. I think we had a spinner. It might have been White Boy Jake on that previous lap.
Spinners galore at the moment. White Boy Jake into the pits again. I believe for his second nose of the race. And back out he goes.
It's almost about to get lapped.
Oh,
There's another spinner. It's Frutico's Alarm.
There's a Ferrari just coming up to him as well. He's got a... Yeah, he lets him go. Makes it easy for him. Riles is boxed.
Ooh, for Haas. That's an early one.
If he thinks he can take it to the end, I'm pretty sure he knows what's best for him. These guys, they do put a lot of time and effort into this, so I'm sure they do know what the best possible strategy option is for themselves.
Ooh. Meanwhile, Scotty Jets had got past Simon, but got the run through there. Simon through turn
Solberg!
3, up towards turn 4. PFL Solberg is around. He's about to join this battle. And look at the Alpine, looking to go make a switchback essentially, and the Red Bull gets through as well. They're side by side. PFL Solberg hits the gravel, has to go straight on, gets away without a penalty, loses a position to White Boy Lewis as well. Very, very chaotic scenes here at the Hungaroring.
Very chaotic. The Hungaroring has made a habit recently of throwing up incredible races in terms of the pandemonium, but again, this field so broadly spread.
In comes Communist.
Solberg's gone off again. I think he might be lacking a lot of downforce as he pulls into the pit lane.
There's a I don't even want to question what I've just seen on my screen. I cannot believe it. This game is flawed in so many ways. That was a car going the wrong way down the pit lane.
That does happen.
Haas Boomer out ahead of PFL Solberg. Reese Cracker, he did pit early on.
I'm still trying to
Yellow
figure out
flag in
who's
sector
P1 on
2.
track. Is it CJ?
Yes.
Is CJ legitimately P1? His dashboard says P1. We'll believe that for now, obviously having not stopped yet, CJ is leading this race.
We honestly don't have a clue at this point.
Yeah, we're
This
hopeless.
timing. Oh. We are... ooh, there's a yellow flag, and that is
An Alfa Romeo.
White Boy Lewis. And that looks like it's gone around twice. As he looks to get back going again. Through goes Communist MV. CJ Pants is in from the race lead, apparently. I mean, SDK Max, he hasn't stopped. But...
So... What?
I don't really know. He hasn't stopped. It says he's 12th. I honestly could not tell you.
I was pretty sure that I did
in terms
see
of strategy, how this is
SDK
going to
Max
work.
In the pit lane.
Go the wrong way down the pit lane.
Yeah. So I don't know what's happening here. We can assume based on the information that we're given that Riles is actually leading this race net. Obviously Scotty Jets in the Alpine
yellow.
has still got to pit. And that's another Alfa Romeo. It's
Y boy Jake.
Y-Boy Alfa Romeo again having a very troublesome day at the moment.
Hopefully this isn't the common theme for the season. He's got no front wing.
And he's got a 5-second. And he's
oh,
crashed
you
on
don't
purpose.
do that. You don't do that. You do not do that.
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting. And that is a safety car. You cannot cause those things on purpose.
Oh my god, that scared me.
Hefty penalty coming his way. Simple as. You do not do that. The safety car is in play. Nothing you can change about that.
And Scotty Jet chooses this.
Hits from the lead, apparently.
Brilliant opportunity for him. Obviously, there's going to be a lot less time lost in the pit lane. Rose is still going to pass him, and SDK Max on track. Whether he's in P1, who knows?
I believe Max is now leading the race.
But he has been a lap down on my
Rose.
screen for a very long time now. As Curtis Faded gets a 3-second time penalty.
It's under the safety car as well, so not ideal. Maybe he has rights to appeal that, but it obviously depends on his overall warnings and sufficient evidence provided. Most drivers now to the hard tyres. Haas Boomer in the pits for hards as we speak. On the medium tyres we have Fruity, Curtis Faded and Reese Cracker. We do still assume that obviously Max is in the lead of this race. He clearly is. There's not really any questioning that. This is a lap down.
He's the only one who I don't remember having gone off, so he has to be leading.
Pretty much. Riles has driven well, to be fair. Communist since the start. He's now up to third. My brain has to process this as we go through. Riles is not first. He's second because he's behind the first place driver, which says he's in whatever.
Is the safety car in this lap, or is Max just dropping back a lot?
I think he's dropping back a lot. It's only been one lap or so, I want to say. But most of the field has caught up. It's Frutico Salam, the driver that hasn't.
I tried to ask for confirmation from someone close to the people in the race whether they knew who was in P1. Turns out I asked the wrong person. So I'll try and because the person I asked is eating their dinner. But anyway,
I was literally doing that half an hour ago during qualifying. Anyway, Max is obviously warming up his tyres, as is Riles, Communist, and so on, as we prepare for the restart, which should come soon. Could come at the end of this lap. We're on lap 10 of 35.
SDK Max has just passed the safety car.
Oh dear.
And I am confused as to whether his game is completely broken, or whether
he's been told. I think he's been told to. He's now slowing down to try and let it back through.
I am confused.
Ooh.
This is...
I think his game has said, you're a lap down, go through. Who cares?
I think this will definitely require a stream review, and someone is going to have to sit through this and keep an eye on SDK Max's track position throughout the entire time. Because, like we say, we don't remember him having that having a moment that... Yeah.
And the red Mercedes-AMG safety car, which could well be going in this lap. It is. And I wonder if SDK Max is getting blue flags at all.
It depends what he sees on his screen.
Assetto clear. I fully agree. Who cares? We're not paid by Codemasters. We're not paid by anyone to say filtered opinions, but he also does not have the blue flag, so I think he's P1. Yeah, that's fair enough. Maybe he sees it as P1 on his screen, but either way, we're underway. And PFL Solberg has made contact and has spun on the safety car restart. The Alfa Tauri spins himself back around. PFL Solberg, absolute disaster here on the restart. Simon 37M gets past CJ Pants there. Nice stuff there. Williams and Red Bull having good races so far. They just need to keep it incident free from now until the end of the race.
Someone in the chat has just said he does not have blue flags. Don't know how factual this is, but another thing I've noticed is we've got a consistent yellow flag.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's gone.
It's now gone again. Streamline Racing Series official Twitch account. I'm saying some naughty language there. That isn't me, so you can't blame me this time for slipping words out of my mouth that are not PG, clean, 13. Well, as you can tell, we're running out of things to really comment on as the game is just a bit of a mess at the moment. He's cracking another time penalty there. 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Here are the current penalties. Reese Cracker now has 8 seconds off them.
Oh, Max is back into P1.
But he's definitely not 4 seconds in the lead. Oh, it might have fixed itself. This is unbelievable.
Jeff.
Here comes Fructose Alarm on CJ Pants. He goes down the inside into turn 1. And his recovery job is starting nicely. He's on the medium tyres, making the most of the grip he's got. And P6 is now his. He's driving very aggressively right on the edge. Here's Reese Cracker side by side, and that was never going to end well.
Oh, he's around.
He goes.
Gets back up and running immediately. Oh my. I hate it when the cars fly past. And Max is broken again. But for the brief moment where it was fixed, we knew that he was in P1 and he is again, so...
Fixed again!
Stop saying it's
fixed! It's going to be the whole race from now. Sorry.
An SDK Max timing glitch watch along. Simon has gone very wide, trying to close in on Scotty Jets. He's got Fructose right behind him.
Fruity. Oh, look at that. He's trying to go for the sweep, but they spun him! Oh. Spin Simon around.
Yeah.
Now goes into the pit lane, as does Curtis Faded.
Most people know that you don't make a move into turn 14, but Fruity was much quicker there. I'd like to thank Xpilo as well in the chat, because he's constantly informing us on the running of P1 at the moment.
Yeah. At the moment, it's not that hard to tell he's in P1, but if we do get another pit stop in this race...
Speaking of pit stops, 3 of them. Curtis Faded, Simon and Reese Cracker all making stops. I believe Reese and Simon may have changed their wings due to their collisions. I'm not 100% sure about Curtis, but he's onto the hards again, and there's still 20 laps to go after this one.
Yeah, 5-second time penalty served for Reese Cracker as
well.
Oh,
Solberg almost lost it.
Yellow flags in sectors 2 and 3, but...
Oh, it's...
There is actually an incident! It's Scotty Jets! And another safety car has been deployed here. Now down to 11 runners. Oh, and SDK Max has pit. He is into the pits.
Fructose is 2.
Sorry, I can't show that. That will literally give people seizures. And I'm not joking about that. That is potentially hazardous to... Yeah, whatever. Safety car is out here. GSR Riles actually has the lead of the race.
Max is currently... What?
Yes, I couldn't really show that on the stream because it was just glitching cameras.
In English, I believe this means internet tests.
Although he did one earlier today. Finally.
I've been told by someone within the teams that the softs were not good in terms of their wear. Where by the time they'd taken them off, they were very high wear. The hards are not the best at the moment. They are going up rough. Well, they're not going up rough. They're going up average. but they should definitely make it to the end on hards from this point onwards, as you would expect. So, comfortable racing till the end for those on hards.
Yeah. I think SDK Max might have put on more hards, although it does say they're still in the pit. Okay, he's back into 6th, which is where I thought he was. He's on the mediums, though, and he's looking to go 20 laps on medium tyres.
Expilo, I know you're in the chat, so whenever any of us are confused as to where he is in position-wise, you keep track of that. You're good at these things.
He knows everything about the F1 games. Well, actually, if you look at the yeah, I'm not going to go there.
That was cringe.
He knows every little detail about the performances. So, yeah, again, SDK Max for 6th place at the moment with the 3-second time penalty as well. So, obviously, if it is to glitch at the end of the race, it has a 3-second time penalty, which could change something. That could be a horrible scenario. I'm just saying.
I just had the dumbest moment of my entire life. I thought the game had completely broken because the safety car was still on track for the restart. They were not restarting. Anyway.
Leave. No, I'm joking. we all have those moments. Lap 16 of 35. It's felt like a slow burner, this one, because the side-by-side action hasn't particularly been there. I mean, it is Hungary. It's just been mistakes. I'd just like glitch.
I'd just like to point out YB Lewis is in P4 after
P4.
his various excursions off the track, or off the track, I should say. Williams in 2 and 3. I'm sure that's pleasing, especially after they were quite essentially robbed of pole position last weekend due to Codemasters.
Red Bull and Williams. This could be a really great fight for the championship between these two teams. Maybe even Aston Martin as well. We've seen the pace that SDK Max has. We know... yeah, I mean, Fruity hasn't really, picked up the game too much and played it. But here in Tier 2, he has the experience. He'll keep developing over the season, I'm sure. Iron out those mistakes.
Think about combined constructors as well.
PFL
God.
Solberg. Oh, that is perhaps one of the worst errors I've ever seen. He's been let through by Simon. He was probably told to by the game, but won't be overtaking anyone else from now. We are going in this lap though, and Riles will get us underway. He bolts off the final corner, and away we go once again.
He's slowly starting to drop Communist as Reese Cracker gets a 3-second time penalty. Another one.
White Boy Lewis has a look around the outside of CJ Pants. They do touch wheels there a little bit. And SDK Max has got through both of them and up into 3rd place.
The timing glitch merchant is climbing back up the grid. Max has got some real pace in this race and he wants to prove that. And that's a peculiar line. But next one.
Boy Lewis right on the back of CJ.
Riles beginning to drop Communist.
Haas Boomer down the inside of the chicane. He's actually got it done on through to Coast Alarm. That is great stuff there from Haas Boomer. An overtake at the chicane often goes wrong, but not on this occasion.
Yellows.
Yellow flag in sector 2, and that is for Reese Cracker, I believe. No, it's not. It's for PFL Solberg, who's gone around again.
I believe there were 2 separate incidents. English. But Solberg not having a very good day. But by the standards of this race, nobody is. Oh! Just as I said that. But yeah. Communist starting to gain a bit of time back on Riles now. As Solberg laggily makes his way into the pits. And Reese Cracker gets a 5-second. I'm curious.
You might call that a day.
I'm curious.
Sorry, side by side here. White Boy Lewis, argy bargy on Haas Boomer, who tries to keep his nose in, but look at Fruitico's alarm here because he's got the run. He's side by side with the Ferrari. He does back out of it though, which was probably the sensible thing to do in that situation.
SDK Max hunting down the Williams ahead of him. Corner by corner, the Safina logo getting closer.
And look at this. At the chicane, Haas Boomer and Y-Boy Lewis kind of coming together. Y-Boy Lewis now struggling. He might have some front wing damage. Don't think he does, but Fruitico's alarm picked up a position. Haas Boomer kept his grasp on P5 for the time being, but he'll have Fruitico's alarm to contend with as the race develops. But look at CJ Pants, he's really struggling. Yellow flag for Reese Cracker once again. Just sped in the pit lane as well. Sectors 2 and 3. So at the final corner, Haas Boomer has gone around. Oh,
not again.
Can we go a lap without someone spinning?
That would be a miracle, based off what I've witnessed. Reese Cracker is around again with his 17 seconds of time penalties. And by the looks of things, he's quickly going to be caught by Riles and the rest of the field. And he's gone again.
I'm not even going to watch him at this point. I just know if I click on him, we'll just...
Oh, there's a
spin, but he's about to get lapped.
It's like they're driving on ice. And he's gone again. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen this many errors in a league race.
No, nor have I. It's just... Anyway, it gets kind of draining. I mean, I'm not even just going to give him the attention there on the screen. Reese Cracker lets the drivers through. Fruitico's alarm did get by CJ Pants, by the way, who was struggling. SDK Max not in the DRS range of Riles. He's got Communist behind, about 6/10. So we've still got the 3 front runners running a very, very clean race. Riles is a really clean racer. Yeah, I know he is. You know, he's got endless amounts of experience in SRS, ARL as it was known as. I'm sure he knows the drivers really well that he's racing with from... yeah, obviously Riles knows drivers from GSR, GSR, ARL, SRS as it is now. Just, you hardly ever see... That's another thing as well. Penalties will decide these races. Also, it could be what comes next on the track, because look at SDK Max. He's found about 6/10 on this lap as we start lap 21 of 35 here at the Hungaroring. Look at the amount of time he's gaining, and he might want to look down the inside. He's not going to. Fruitico's alarm flying on the hard tyres. He'll start to close up. He's got slightly fresher rubber. This is some race. At least we have a good battle for the top 5. Yeah, I guess. But if it's only the top 5 and everyone else is just off the track every other lap, thought we could have seen a moment there where both drivers went off the track for the race lead. It was about a 10th there going up to turn number 3. Now we're at the chicane of 6 and 7. Nice helicopter cam as we enjoy some of the more precision driving. More precise driving, I should say, of this tier. And these guys are building a rightful reputation for themselves as the ones to keep an eye out on every race in this tier. They've been racing without particularly many errors. Obviously, since the drop from 4 tiers to 2 tiers, the skill gap obviously does widen. Simon 37M gets past CJ Pants with the help of DRS. That's nicely done from the Red Bull, as he now sets his sights on trying to close the 4.6 second gap to Frutico Salam. And speaking of Frutico Salam, here he is, starting to close up that gap. This was about 4 seconds. It's come down now to about 2.8, but a three-way fight for the lead here on lap 22 of 35. Haas Boomer, I think, has got past Curtis Faded back there, and what we've kind of got two separate little trains. Simon leading the other one of CJ Pants, Haas Boomer, Curtis Faded. He's starting to widen there a bit more at the front, and Reese Cracker's gone around again, and he's getting lapped. How he's managed to save that one, that's actually quite impressive. Fair play to him, but another costly 3-second time penalty for SDK Max, and he's now up to 12 seconds. So he's really not in contention for this race win. He does have a look anyway. Frutico Salam with 3 seconds, closing all the time. Although being fourth, he has a higher chance of winning this race, I'd say, than teammate SDK Max. And around goes Communist! As I read the chat for one moment, Communist MV loses it at turn 4 and turn 5. Oh my days, and that is Communist MV down to 4th place now. Does he have any front wing damage? I wish I could flipping see. Yes, front right, wing damage. He went around at the start, the pole sitter. He's now made a mistake of his own. And another 3-second time penalty. SDK Max is actually going to go for it here on GSR Riles. And despite having 15 seconds of penalties, he's taken the race lead on track as they emerge. There we go. SDK Max will drop several positions, but he's currently in the race leads. Communist MV, I think, has got around again, or pit. No, he's pit, actually, as I saw the penalties instead of the tyres. And shock, as soon as SDK Max gets up into the lead of the race again, his timing glitch begins again. GSR Riles, though, still in a cold command. He knows he just has to keep Fruticos behind. He can't really let him through, because he might find building that 3 seconds fairly easy. He just doesn't have to drop 15 seconds to SDK Max. He's got to, stay cool. He's in control of this race. Yellow flags still appearing. We'll see. We are very sorry for what you're experiencing. It's not our fault. It's the absolutely atrocious quality of Codemasters F1 games. Here goes Haas Boomer. Does not have a penalty. Going for P5 in this race. Haas Boomer, despite the few errors that he's made, has had a very nice SRS return. Can't fault it. Obviously, a lot of these drivers might be a bit rusty. Only done 1 or 2 league races, none at all, maybe. Here comes Frutico Salam, though, and this really is the proper battle for the lead of this race, because SDK Max pulling 15 seconds in 10 laps will be nothing short of a miracle. I can't lie, I have not seen him extending track limits too much. Might have just not been paying attention that much, but 15 seconds. Haven't really seen him too much off the track to warrant that, but Frutico Salam has the DRS, but so does GSR Riles, and that neutralises the threat. Riles is going well. Ideally, I think what Max might be trying to do, maybe back Riles up into Fruity for an easier overtake. Then let him through. Then tried to create that 3 seconds by backing up Riles. It's a possibility. I doubt there's too much communication going on. But CJ Pants has got past Curtis Faded, who has crashed. And another safety car has been deployed. The third one of the race. Let's see how it happened as we go through here with Communist. That looks like it's gone front first. Spun back onto the track. And a horrible, horrible moment for Curtis Faded. We're now down to 10 runners of the 14 that started. Communist MV gains all of his time back that he lost with that error and is on fresh soft tyres. Will we see anyone pitting? Max pits, Riles pits, and Frutico Salam pits. Fruity might just have the gap. And SDK Max! Oh, gets a drive-through penalty for speeding onto the safety car. What is going on? Oh my god, that's unbelievable. Frutico Salam has got first choice in the pits. Oh no, never mind. That was just a visual glitch. Seriously cannot describe to you what's going on. But it's Simon 37M in the lead of this race of Haas Boomer, SDK Max. Frutico Salam has jumped GSR Riles. But this is not going to be easy for him, because he's got Max to pass, Haas Boomer to pass, Simon to pass, while trying to build 3 seconds on Riles. Communist MV pits again for another set of softs. CJ in 6th, Communist 7th, PFL Solberg in 8th, Weibo Lewis in 9th, and Reese Cracker will soon to be 10th plate. I have no idea how that has occurred, but it has, and this mess of a race is going to have a dramatic conclusion. Lap 27 of 35. By the time the safety car goes in, we might have 6-7 lap sprint to the finish. Should be an entertaining one. We'll finally have a race completed in this Tier 2 season. I know we've only had 1 week and that was last week, but actually feels like a while now. It was Riles in the lead for a period of time. It's now his teammate, Simon 37M. In all fairness, has done exceptionally well with the track limits. Both Red Bulls have. $25 people joining us to see how this race will conclude. Thank you everyone for the support on this live stream, and of course to the league. 239 followers we've now reached. Bearing in mind this was an all-new account back in January. We are seriously appreciative of all of you for tuning into these races, making it a part of your weekend routine. And the safety car is in this lap. Let's see. 18 laps on the hards completed for Simon 37M, 12 laps on mediums, and then other than that, it's fresh tyres galore. SDK Max, what is he doing? I don't really know what's happening. SDK Max side by side with Frutico's alarm as Simon builds up a huge lead. Riles goes down the inside, and that was almost contact. Just avoids it. Frutico's alarm in front. Communist MV in fourth, then comes CJ Pants, PFL Solberg, White Boy Lewis, and SDK Max is down in eighth. Another penalty onto SDK Max's total. CJ Pants and PFL Solberg. That's perhaps the third restart he's got around on. Another penalty for SDK Max. He's surely on the brink of disqualification, and he's got a drive-through. But here comes Frutico's alarm then, already putting Simon under an immense amount of pressure because he has got the fresher medium tyres on. But he does need to find 5 seconds over Riles, who has, 3 seconds over Riles. Frutico's down the inside, and that was almost him into a spin. Simon 37M side by side, they're side by side through the final corner. Simon has to correct the car after contact there. Simon loses the lead. He's down to fourth. Communist MV putting pressure on Riles, who is still in great contention for this race win. Can you believe it? After a spin, Communist is right in the hunt, and if he gets past Riles, he is the net leader. However, they can't lose 3 seconds to Fruity, and yeah, Haas Boomer did spin off the start, and that is what created that absolute melee. Riles gets a penalty. Communist MV is in the net lead of this Hungarian Grand Prix, and he did not need to do that. Riles, who has been going so well on the track limits, now joins Fruity with 3 seconds of penalties. Look at Communist MV though, he's looking like he's got the tyres fired up the best. Communist runs wide. I think he's getting away with this. White Boy Lewis gets a time penalty. 5 laps to go when we cross the line. I'm losing my breath. DRS is now enabled, lap 31 of 35. No flaps open just yet because we haven't passed the detection zone. PFL Solberg, Max has come into the pits. Obviously I won't show that because we know what the camera will do. Haas Boomer speeds in the pit lane, and yes, I will ride on board with Communist because we can see... Oh! He's got around! The Communist MV throws it all away! I cannot believe my eyes! Ride on Communist. Ride on board with Communist, they said. It would be fun, they said. Around goes Communist MV again! Frutico's alarm now suddenly again leads this Grand Prix. It would be fun, they said. Sorry, I just missed. I know what you're trying to look for. I know you're trying to look for the track limits, but of course this is now the proper battle. This is it for the lead of the race. Riles versus Frutico's alarm. What a miracle it would be for Frutico's alarm to come out on top. This is seriously quite impressive, as is this battle side by side, neither of them giving an inch. CJ Pants and Simon 37M side by side into turn 2. Simon holds on for now, but CJ on the fresh softs does have a penalty. So does need to get this done ASAP. Time penalty for Reese Cracker, who's been a lap down for time now. Side by side between PFL Solberg and Communist. And PFL Solberg goes around again. He stuck his wheel up the inside at turn 4. And around he went. Does look like Simon's chances are slipping away slightly. CJ pants with another penalty. Let's actually look at penalties. Communist MV, I think he's got damage now. Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe we just don't see it. Riles just closing up there. Here comes CJ Pants. Simon will defend as hard as he can because he doesn't want to lose the position and then potentially 3 to 6 seconds and lose out on the podium. Talk about White Boy Lewis as well here, by the way, because he will probably close up if these two keep scrapping. And this is a great scrap we're witnessing with 2.5 laps to go in this Tier 2 Hungarian Grand Prix. How are you liking this, everyone? Give this a rating out of 10. Give us your driver of the day. Because it's just been so hard to keep up with all the spins. And very soon we will have a race winner. But who will it be? 3-second time penalty for Fruity! And it was through Fruity Coast Alarm! And Riles is in control again! You cannot write this dramatic script to be any more crazy. But look, he's almost pulled a second now through to Coast Alarm. The DRS flap has opened for Riles, but he's a little bit further back. Let's go on board with CJ Pants. Is this the moment he's going to overtake Simon 37M? Great defending from Simon. You have to say his racecraft has been spot on. Around the outside goes CJ Pants. It's perfect defending from Simon. It is absolutely terrific. I'm really enjoying every moment of this. CJ sends it up the inside. Simon still holding his inside line into turn 3. This is incredible. This is absolutely... Simon 37M, take a bow. Your defending is quite incredible. He's holding on to this podium on the racetrack. He's just performing this exceptionally. He's extracting every little bit of pace out of those the worn hard tyres. They're on their last legs, and still he's keeping the fresh soft runner of CJ Pants right on his tail. He almost loses it there, the Williams driver. Yellow flag in sector 1. I think Reese Cracker has now lost a lap to the next car, which is really surprising. We are on the final lap of this race. Frutico Salam needs to build 1.5 seconds if he wants to win this race. But here comes CJ Pants. He's actually got it done. And on the inside line into turn 1. But Simon's going for the cutback. This is incredible. He's got the traction still. He's competing on those tyres. I think his defence has now come to an end. But still, there's been a collision down at 12. Hasbur and SDK Max have come together, I think. PFL Solberg with another penalty. Through to Kosalam, 1.8 seconds in front. He's touching 2 seconds now. Can he find another second in the final sector? I don't think he will, because it's just 2 corners to go. And he was so close to winning the race. He got a penalty, had to try and build the gap. Frutico Salam rounds the final corner to win on the racetrack. But GSR Isles wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Wow, that was incredible. And Simon 37M That was one of the most entertaining defences I have ever seen. And it was spot on, all of it. Nothing was wrong with it. It was great. It was incredible. Simon 37M on the podium. Riles takes victory. As you've got cars scattered all over the scattered all over the start-finish straight. Great try from Fruity indeed. Oh, these guys have took my breath away. I don't really have much left for interviews. Oh, let's get the guys in the party because I really am looking forward to talking to the top three. Here is the podium ceremony then. 2 Red Bulls and an Aston Martin in the middle. I don't think anyone could have predicted such events. Riles lifts the race winning trophy and sprays the champagne. Shame we've not got Goggle here unless he comes back in the next moments. But let's just have a quick run through the results. Obviously we had 2 DNFs on that final lap, which was very surprising. Might have just got a bit heated down there, but it is GSR Riles, winner of the technically opening race, but not the technically opening race, because technically that was last week, which has now just been rescheduled. Frutico Salam, P2, Simon 37M, P3, Y-Boy Lewis, an impressive P4, CJ Pants P5, and Williams taking a 5 and 6. They would have hoped for better. PFL Solberg in 7th, Reese Cracker in 8th, Max and Haas Boomer classified, and then Curtis, Scotty Jets, Y-Boy Jake and Zig Starburst all DNF'd. Anyway, interviews. Let's just make sure everyone's here and make sure everyone includes their audio. Oh my god, it's Gogglesaw. You've came back just in time for some interviews.
I don't know what happened, so...
You don't know what happened? Yeah, a lot happened.
Well, I know...
You
what?
missed far too much.
I've just witnessed the results, and now I'm confused. Anyway.
Yes. Anyway, let's start with interviews. Let's start with perhaps Simon. I have to say, that was one of the most entertaining defences I've perhaps ever seen from any driver. That was all spot on, all on what, 25 lap old hards? How did you do that for so long?
Yeah, thank you. It was really hard because my tires were really worn out, but I used all my ERS I had left and just enjoyed it.
That's great to hear. I mean, a podium for you, double podium for Red Bull. How do you approach the rest of the season then? Because clearly, you've got a bit more pace in you. Surely you were defending with ease on old hards. Do you think you've got the pace to take it to the top step at all this season?
I hope so we can fight with Red Bull for the Constructor Champions, but I don't know because the qualifying for me is not the best and the guys up front have a much more stronger pace than me. I was just lucky with the safety car this race, so yeah, that's why I'm on the podium and the penalties of the others.
That's true, but either way, we thoroughly enjoyed, as did everyone in the chat. So yeah, thank you for your entertainment. Well done on the podium.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best for this season. Gogglesaw, I don't imagine you know what happened in those final laps.
Just
it was breathtaking.
2 things.
Honestly.
Congrats, and I love your accent.
Thanks.
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah. Riles is trying to get in and out of the party. I think I might have heard him there, so that might have been fixed. But anyway, we'll go to Frutico Salam in the meantime. Fruity. I don't imagine what you're feeling like right now. Obviously, a 3-second time penalty in the dying moments when you were just pulling away and you could have made that 3 seconds maybe with another couple of laps. What's it all feeling like in your head right now? And this is why you're unemployed.
Banter.
Had to be an employment joke in there somewhere. Anyway, you finished in a Red Bull sandwich. This is going to be the fight, isn't it? Red Bull, Aston Martin, Williams. Are you looking forward to the rest of the season? France next week, a track not particularly kind on track limits either, and with that moment today, does that leave any doubt in your mind ahead of next week?
Fruity, I don't think you have your audio included.
Oh dear. If you want to repeat anything you said,
are you
feel
on the next
free,
gen
but-
Xbox? Oh, normally that's the issue. But
Ooh.
if you can't include your audio, well, mud.
Well, shame.
Yeah. You've got a podium now as well, so I'm unaware as if to whether you've had a podium previously, but this is what I've witnessed, which means you're no longer Scottish, you're now British. So, congrats on that.
Successful means British. But yeah, to reiterate what you said, he is frustrated. That's understandable, and yeah, obviously, we'll all look forward to that fight, of course. Let's speak to Riles now, because he's put on a show for us as well today. A flawless race from him. Our race winner, GSR Riles. Make sure you have your audio included. We don't want a repeat of that. Congratulations. What was your reaction in those final few laps when you saw that 6 seconds pop up next to Fruity's name?
I honestly had someone watching the stream and he gave me the hint that last penalty had happened, and man, I just had to turn it on. Probably one of the cleanest races I've driven so far. I was definitely starting to fall back. My tires were degrading fast in that last lap, so I was kind of nervous, but we pulled it off. Great day.
Yeah, obviously, tier 2 now. So it's a bit different with the skill gap, but do you think you can consistently pull out these results and even go on to win the championship?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. That's the goal anyway. I'm gonna try to be a repeat podium finisher.
Yeah, and be included in the same class as Expelo, which is always brilliant.
Right.
But yeah, congrats on the win today. Congrats on the double
Thanks.
podium, Red Bull, and yeah, well done for keeping it clean, because nobody else really could.
Without that,
Yeah, let us finish.
that race would have been a shambles. So thankfully we got that drama at the end. Grateful for our top 3 for coming and speaking to us. It was really great fun today. Obviously, Gogglesaw missed about a third of the race where all the good stuff happened.
Okay,
but
me alone.
we had a great viewership, I have to say, for the race that we got. So, thanks to everyone. Please do join us for Tier 2 tomorrow, 5 PM UK time, that's 12 PM Eastern, and then translate that to whatever American time zones or European time zones you want, basically. It's only a click on Google. But I'll be back tomorrow, probably joined by Raptor, but that's if his game wants to work. If not, I'm sure Atlantis J20 will happily be drafted in at some point as well. Tier 1 looks great this season, I can't lie. Jab taking a race win last week in the wet to dry Austrian Grand Prix. It was really, really fun. A lot of mistakes made there as well. So do join us tomorrow. Same track, Hungaroring. And thank you to Goggle who Was obviously a late call up, but did want to do this, and then obviously had the issues, had the dinner. Thank you anyway. Do appreciate it. Thanks for that, Mighty Ant. Do appreciate it. But thanks everyone for watching, and goodbye.
See.
See.